Hey everyone, welcome to a guide on how to get, hopefully, every Mega Stone in Pokemon Reborn. In this video, I'll be going over their locations and the process of how to reach each stone, including any relevant puzzles that are not necessary to beat the game. All of these clips are from the perspective of a save file that has already completed the game and post-game. So if you're in the middle of the game, then some of the locations might look a little different. And I'll be going over these stones in the order that they become available in the game, and see the description for a comprehensive list of when each stone becomes available. They're grouped by gym leader for the main story or post-game quest for the post-game. In the description, I also linked a wiki page that I used to help make this video. It contains a list of locations, just the areas of each Megastone, and for some of them, links to guides, so feel free to check those out if you prefer reading to watching. Also, a slight spoiler warning for this video. In my explanations, I do reference relevant events that occur in the game. So if you want to avoid spoilers, just check the description for when each stone becomes available and make sure to only watch up to where you have played in the game. And without further ado, let's begin. Alright, the first Megastone available in the game is the Ampharosite, and the prerequisite for before you get that is you need the green crystal key. And that is a key that you acquire during the process of doing Luna's gym puzzle. That's the dark type gym, or the ninth gym. And the way you can tell that you have that is if you go into your key items and find the crystal key, the green part should exist. If you don't have a green here, then you have to get that first. And once you do that, you can go over to the Barrow Ward, and this Megastone is located in the Rhodocrine jungle, in a spot that was previously blocked off by a crystal key. So if we move here, and we have to make our way to the Underroot. And if we keep going, and if you are here post-restoration, there's this Kecleon problem, so you need to do you would need to get a Sylvan Scope just to get the Kecleon out of the way. And normally you would battle, but I am skipping battles. And here you can, Crystal Key, and now these, you can Rock Smash these. And now there's just a Vine puzzle that we need to solve to get through. And then Crystal Key here, and then Rock Smash, cut this Vine, and then cut this Vine. Crystal Key here, and then here's the Megastone. But as you can see here, there's no way to get there from here. We have to walk around. So we can make our way out back to the entrance. Up here. Right here. There it is. And there's this entrance that then we can walk here, get to the other side, and then here it is. Alright, next we're going to go get the Banettite, and the first step for doing that is to fly to the Lapis Ward. Oh, and I should note that in order to get the stone, you need to have completed the major plot events in Ametrine City. And this is between Gym 11 and 12. Yeah. So then you walk into this flower shop up here, and here we'll go buy a floral charm. Once you do that, you can then fly up to Ametrine. And then walk up to this house right here. Then talk to her. She dropped her necklace, and for some reason the floral charm is solving her problems. So we can hand that over, and then we're rewarded with a Banettite in return. Alright, next up is the Abomasite, and that is located deep within Ametrine Mountain. And in order to access it, you do need at least 12 badges, because you need Dive and Waterfall to arrive at that location. So first, I'm going to fly to somewhere closer to the mountain, and I'm just going to do Kangaskhanite City, and then walk in. And there are multiple ways to arrive at that location. I'm just going to go this way, and here is the location you want to arrive at. And then first, you can just solve this ice puzzle, and then move this strength boulder out of the way. That way, when we go around, up and around to this side, then this is no longer our way, and then we can access this dive spot. And then getting there is just going to be a series of going under and above water. We can dive back up. And then here is another ice puzzle that you just solve here, and oh oops, messed that up. There we go. And we want to go on the left side of it. And then let's go through a series of caves right here. And then here's the Abomasite. Alright, to get the Audinite, you need to have gotten badge 13, so then that reopens access to Reborn City and the surrounding area. And once you do that, you can head over to Waterfall Academy. And this is actually really well hidden. It is some cave. It's in some cave in Azurine Lake. So if you go up here and then surf, and then keep going through this like little tiny path here, then keep going up. You even re-enter Peridot Ward temporarily, and then you go here, and then you see how there's this like dive spot right there. Basically that's where we want to come up. So we dive here, go right, come right back up here. We walk around, or surf around, and then here's this cave here. And a hint we're given is that a chill settles in the air. So basically what we would need to do is, we can pull up the field notes. So we're in a water surface field, and we want to turn that into an ice field, and that will change the overworld. And that happens when any one of these moves are used in battle. So, just gonna wait for my repel to wear off. Okay. And then here we use Blizzard. Well, I guess that the water still froze over. So then, now this is all icy. And then, here is the Audinite. Alright, next up is the Altarianite, and it is in the same general area as the Audinite, but just so we're on the same page, I'm gonna just show the process of getting there again. So first we have to fly to Waterfall Academy. And then go up here, and then surf through this small path right here, and keep going. Briefly enter Peridot Ward, and then once we enter into this area, then we surf all the way down to the bottom left corner. From here, we can dive down, and then dive back up, and then dive down again. And right here is the Altarianite. And next up is the Beedrillite. It's yet another Megastone in the Waterfall Island area. So what you want to do is you would fly to Waterfall Academy, and just like with the previous two Megastones, we're starting off by going through this tiny path to access a underwater area. Only this time it's a bit more complicated because we have to acquire a series of keys before we can access the ruined building containing this Megastone. So once we arrive here, we want to surf all the way down to near the bottom, right-ish. Once we do that, we can dive down, and then walk into this building right here. And then here, we acquire the K22 key, and that unlocks a building on the left side of this area, which is, I think it's this one. Yeah. Unlock here. Here, now we can get the K2 key, and then now we go up to the top, and that unlocks this building. And then right here, we got the F10 key, and that unlocks a building in a different underwater area. So we surface, and then we walk all the way back down. And this different area we would access by going here into, where is it? Right here. And we walk through this path to access this other underwater area. And we go toward the right-ish side of that. And it should be this building right here. And once we get in here, there is the Beedrillite. And next up is the Glalitite, and that is very similar to the Beedrillite in that it also requires accessing a ruined building that is locked behind a series of keys. So this time, you still fly to Waterfall Academy, but this time you're starting in the Fairview area. So that is accessible through this tiny piece of land here. And this is also where you got the Beedrillite. And once you go here, pretty much immediately you want to dive down, and you want to enter this house right here. Because right here, you can access the F14 key. And that will unlock this blue house right here. And then here, you get the S9 key. And the S9 key unlocks a door in a different area, so we want to exit this area right here. Just backtrack a little bit. And then to access the other area, you go up here and around, and then through this tiny piece of land. And then dive down here, dive up here, go through this piece of land, then dive down here. And S9 is this big house right here. Unlock this door, you enter, and there's the Glalitite. Alright, next is the Blastoisinite, and getting that's pretty simple. Once you have the 13th badge, you can just fly to Barrel Ward, and it's in the Underroot, but it's an area that you surf to get to. So yeah, we start off going the same way as with the Ampharosite. We just need to access the Underroot. Get there through this cave, and I want to go all the way down to the bottom. From here we can surf, and there it is. And to get the Cameruptite, that is found in Chrysolia Forest. And again, you need to have 13 badges, so you have access to the forest while having surf. So yeah, we can fly over to Spinel Town and enter the forest from this entrance. And then here is an entrance to a hot spring cave. In your save file, you might have a tree in front of it. All you need to do is walk close to the tree and the tree will disappear. And once we enter here, we have to solve a couple strength puzzles to get to the Cameruptite. This Megastone is located in near the top left corner of the cave. So just move up here, and we don't want to move this boulder. Instead, what we want to do is move this boulder here to cover that spring tile. So when we do that, that pushes, that makes the water taller in the other spring tile. So now when we step on this, it'll boost us up here. And then we can push this boulder down. And then what we want to do is push this. Similarly, we want to push this on another spring tile to make another associated spring taller to boost us up back to the upper level. And the target here is to move this boulder so that it is on the tile immediately diagonally left from it. So this tile right here. But there's no easy way to do it with where the boulder is now. So the way to get it there is to push this all around this thing. So gotta be careful here. It is so easy to mess this up. And then surf to push this here. And then go all the way around. Surf to get to the other side. Push this down. Go around again. Push this here. And then go down. And surf through the middle to access that part. And then you can see this is blocked off, so then we have to go all the way around to get to the other side of that. So push right once, and then down, down, and then from here, push right, and then all the way down, and then surf across, and then here we can push this here. And then we want to push this down one tile, so then we can push this here, push this here, push this here, and then surf all the way around to get up here, and then go right, and then now we've hit our target. This spring is really tall now, so when we step on here, it'll boost us back up to this level. And then we have to do one more strength puzzle. We want to move this boulder to this tile right here, so then that spring will boost us up. So again, I gotta be careful. Move this way. Right, and down, and then around, and then gotta be really careful here. Move this one tile left, and then move this down, and then left here, down, and then have it hit our target. So now if we surf and then land on this tile, that'll boost us up here. And then we can enter this cave, and there's thick steam, so it's hard to see, but if we go up these stairs here and around, there is the Cameruptite. Alright, on to the Sharpedonite. So to do that, again, 13 badges are necessary, and we can fly over to Van Hanen Castle. And then we want to make our way to Route 1. And yeah, this isn't the Route 1 music in this version. I just like the old Route 1 music better, so I just changed the game files to make it play the old Route 1 music instead. But we want to basically hug the north side of this until we reach the first clearing, and this is the rightmost entrance to North Adventurine Woods. And I don't remember exactly if there's a log here, but if there is, what you would need to do is, in this fight, defeat the Tauros, so then the Bouffalant would charge forward and crush this log. And there might also be spiderwebs and or additional logs. Here you would just slather honey on the tree, and then there will be a fight between a Heracross and a Pinsir. And in order to make a nearby log disappear, you want to defeat the Heracross so the Pinsir destroys the log. And if there's a spiderweb, then you would need to defeat the Pinsir so the Heracross would get rid of the web. And once you clear all of that, then what you would need to do is go back here, defeat this Bouffalant. So then we can ride the Tauros up north, and then up this ledge. And then after that we can just dismount, and then go around here, and then there's the Sharpedonite. Alright, the Venusaurite is pretty simple. You just gotta fly to the lower Peridot ward, and then talk to this guy right here. And then he'll give you a Deciduum Z and a Venusaurite. Next up is the Lopunnite, and to get that you need to have 14 badges at this point. So then you can just fly back to the Grand Hall. And then once you have 14 badges, you have the option of donating to a restoration project. So if you talk to this person here, there's a few options. I'm just gonna pick Affordable Living Obsidia, and then donate the amount of money needed. Once you do that, the basement area of the Grand Hall opens up. And then we can walk in, go down, and then you want to go up into this office. This is the director's office. And then once you do that, you can talk to this computer, and oh, there's a secret switch. That's interesting. Walk right in. There's a room full of Alolan Vulpixes and the Lopunnite. Next is the Steelixite, and this is also only available after you've completed 14 badges and you have restored the railroad, so you've donated money to complete that project. Once you do that, you can fly over to Obsidia Ward and then enter this Devoncore building. And then once you go in, you go down to the basement, and this previously was the staircase down to the underground rail net. Now that the railroad is restored, that has been patched up, and then you can walk over it and access the Steelixite right here. Next up is the Aggronite, and just like previously, you need to have the railroad restored before you can get the Aggronite. And again, you would need 14 badges to do that, and you would need to talk to this person and donate enough money to restore the railroad. Once you do that, you have access to the basement area, and if you go down here, you can talk to this person who's talking about, yay, the railroad's restored and all, but they're having one issue with the rail net. There's angry Aggron. So yeah, so basically tells us that we can go help them out. And once we've talked to that person, we can then go to the wasteland and just fly to Obsidia and go down right here. And then we have to access another entrance to the rail net. So we have to go down here, go into this building and up all these stairs, and then jump off this ledge up here. Rock Smash, enter here, go left, And then this door, which was previously locked, is now unlocked. Once we go in, we're going to go down these stairs, and now we're in the underground rail net. And then here we fight a gauntlet of Aerons and Aggrons. And then once you get through that, they will finally calm down. You can get through, and then there's the Aggronite. Next Megastone is the Medichamite, and that can be found in the deepest part of Sugeline Cave, which is a cave in Tourmaline Desert. And you can access Sugeline Cave once you have access to the desert, which is after the 14th badge. So you just fly over to Peridot, and then you can take the train to the desert. And then once you get to the desert, generally you want to lean to the right side, so like go sort of diagonally up and to the right. And if you keep doing that, well, maybe that's a bit too much. You will eventually arrive here, which this is the entrance to Sugeline Cave. So, and I've already did the puzzle in this cave, so I'm just going to quickly go over what you would need to do if you haven't done the puzzle yet. So first, go in this pit, go up this ladder, go down this pit, then go around, go up, then go down this pit, and then go up this ladder, go right here, press this switch. Then, just go down any random sand pits, and then now we're back at the entrance here. Now, go right, and then go up. Then here, we want to be careful. We want to fall down this pit right here, the top center pit. And then go to the left side, go up this ladder, and then press this button. And once that happens, this staircase to the left, right there, opens up. So then, when we fall back to the entrance, we can take this center pit down, then go up here, and then these stairs are available to climb. Once you do that, you walk in. There's a bunch of Garchomp statues that you would have to defeat, and or dodge, and once you get through there, you walk in here, and then you're in the deepermost part of the cave. So then you would just keep going up until you this statue. Once you click this statue, a bunch of these sand pits open up, and you drop down one of them, and then go down near the bottom of this room. And right here is the Medichamite. Alright, and the next three stones I'm going to get are the Mawilite, the Pidgeotite, and the Houndoomite. And I'm going to get all three of these just at once, just because they're all in Teknite Ridge, and it is an area that's annoying to get to, because there's no fly location close by. To get there, we can fly over to the scrapyard here, and then travel to Teknite Cave. So then first we want to go down just until we arrive at the desert, or well, the more open spot of the desert. And then cool, and then now we can just go left and up. So the Teknite Cave is in the top left corner of the desert. Let's follow these tracks and almost all the way. Like here-ish. Perfect. And again, I've already completed the puzzle in this cave, but what you would need to do is basically, this is a cave field, so if you look into the field notes, you need to have one move on one of your Pokemon that can convert it to a Crystal Cavern, so that would be Diamond Storm or Power Gem, and you would need one move, at least one move on your team that could convert a Crystal Cavern back to a regular cave. It would be one of these moves. And whenever you use one of these moves in battles, it affects the overworld and allows you to progress through the cave. And basically, if you're ever at a place where, in a position where there's a crystal blocking your path, then use one of those moves to change the crystal cave back to a regular cave. And if you ever reach a dead end, then, or if there's some random stone blocking your path, then you want to change that to a crystal cave, so either the stone becomes something you could rock smash using the crystal key, or the wall could be breakable. So just follow that pattern throughout this cave. And to get the Mawilite, you just have to progress through here to this entrance. And then just a short puzzle right here, do that. And then go up here. And up here. Once you get up here, you go this way, right here. And I've already collected the Mawilite in this save file, but you would find it around here. And then next, to get the Pidgeotite, you go back out. Sorry, bear with me for a sec. There we go. And the Pidgeotite is here in this exit, and the Pidgeotite is right there. But in order to access that, you would need a Pokemon that knows Tailwind, and you would have to use that in battle. So I'm just gonna keep walking until my Repel runs out. There we go. And then we'll use Tailwind. Then winds will kick up. And then Strong Gust picked up, so now we will be able to jump farther. So to access the Pidgeotite, you just need to go here, and normally you would be able to cross all the way from here to here, but the wind helps you do that. So once you do that, there you go, you got the Pidgeotite. And now for the Houndoomite, you would have to go, I'm going to put a Repel back on. Have to go here, and then down. And basically, there is a water source here. A consistent source of water that's different from the mirages that you may have found in the desert. And basically, I think you just, as long as you enter this room, you discover the water source. And once you do that, you can leave the cave. And fly back to the scrapyard. And then if you were to walk up here, talk to this former employee of Dr. Connell, right, she's basically trying to research how you can grow food, and you need water. And lo and behold, we just found a water source, huh? So we let her know, and then just for thanks, she gives us the Houndoomite. Alright, next up is the Slowbronite, and you have access to that once you have access to the 16th gym. That is Amaria's gym or the water gym. And once you have access to that gym, you can just fly to her house, walk in, and then enter. And the way to get to Slowbronite, it is deep in the gym. You just go down, go right, and go up these stairs, dive again, go up and around, go through here, go right, go left here, so then we can go up this waterfall, and then go this way, up, and there is the Slowbronite. Alright, next Megastone we're going to get is the Aerodactylite. And to do this, you need Rock Climb to do this successfully. So, you can fly over to Celestine Cascade, and from here, it's just the Aerodactylite is located within this cave, and assuming that previously, in order to get here without Rock Climb, you needed to push this crystal here, but now that we need access to the cave, we need to wake that crystal up. So we can do that by going up here, getting some Rage Powder, and then we go here, wake up the crystal, and then we can walk in, and there's the Aerodactylite. Alright, and next is the Absolite, and to get the Absolite you need to have 16 badges, because then you have the option to donate to all 3 restoration projects. Once you do that, just fly over to the Grand Hall and talk to this person, and you can donate to all of them. In this save file I haven't donated to any yet, so I'm just going to do them all at once. Alright, and now, just talking about a much longer term project that we don't have the option to donate to in this game, but we will get the Absolite. Next up is the Garchompite, and this one is particularly annoying to get because you have to complete the entirety of a breeding quest. So once again, you need access to the basement area of the Grand Hall, which you can do by donating to 1 project. And once you do that, when you go down to the basement, there's this room right here that's starter Pokemon storage. You talk to this person, basically explaining that there are suddenly a lot of trainers now and not enough starter Pokemon to give them. So they need 1 egg for every starter Pokemon. So, and I have totally legitimately generated some eggs, exactly the eggs what we need. So I'm just gonna start with these are just all in order of generation. So this is all the Gen 1 starter eggs, and then so Bulbasaur egg, and then Squirtle egg, a Charmander egg, alright, and that's, we're 1/7 of the way through. Let's keep going. there's all the Johto eggs. There's Chikorita, now this one's Totodile. And Cyndaquil. And we obtain another reward. I'll just withdraw, if that's faster. Okay, keep going. There's Trico. There's Mudkip. There's Torchic. Another reward. And back to the PC we go. Gen 4. Turtwig. Oops. Piplup. Chimchar. And on to Gen 5. Snivy. Oshawott. Oof. Come on, I like Oshawott. And Tepig. Alright. And on to Gen 6. Chespin, Furky, oops, Fennekin, that's 6 gens in, 1 gen to go. We got Rowlet, Poplio, then Litten, and after giving eggs for all 21 starters, we get some prizes, one of which is the Garchompite. And the next Megastone we're going to get is the Kangaskhanite. And that is located in the Tanzan Depths, and you need rock climb for that. So first, closest flying location would be the Hidden Cove, and then we can just go down to this entrance. And then we want to go down, then to the right, this is where that meteor base was. And then we want to go to the cave where that Steelix carved a tunnel for us out earlier. And then we go follow this path right here, and then go across the steel beam, and then rock climb up here, and then go this way, battle this trainer, I'm going to skip that, and then there we go, Kangaskhanite. And next up is the Heracronite, and once again, you need Rock Climb to access this. And you'd also need a Pokemon that knows a strong Fire-type move that can change a snowy or icy field. And I'll go into more details once I arrive at the location where that would be necessary. So the first step would be to fly to Calcinon, And this is in Charis Mountain, but it is in a very low level of Charis Mountain that is not accessible through Victory Road. This entrance is at the top of Route 4. So if we go this way to that rock climb spot, and then we just keep climbing up to the right. So just keep going. Then this is the spot. So at this point, we need to get into this cave, but as of now, there's no way to access it. So we need to change the overworld by using a move in battle that changes the field. And this is a snowy mountain field. And we need to convert that to a regular mountain, and any of these moves will suffice. And I have a Pokemon in my party that knows Eruption, so that's what I'll use. So I'll just keep walking until my Repel runs out, and then hopefully I can get an encounter soon. There we go. And just ignore the fact that my Gyarados somehow knows Eruption. Go use it. And then the snow melts away. And now the overworld has changed. And now we can actually enter this cave. And this is Charis Mountain. And right there is the Heracronite. And you might think that there's some complicated ice puzzle to figure that out. But it's actually impossible to get it as is. So the way you gotta do it is, once again, change the overworld to melt the ice. And here we are in the ice field, the icy field. And I believe as long as we change it to a water surface field using one of these moves, we'll be okay. And once again, Eruption fits the bill. So I'll keep walking until I get an encounter. And then the ice melts, and then now we can access the Heracronite. Alright, and the next two Megastones I'm going to get are the Gyaradosite and the Sablenite. Both of them are in the Glass Workstation, and I'm going to get there by flying to a Gate City. If you haven't done the Battle of the Gate yet, then you would have to get there through other means. The fastest way to get to Glass Workstation is this way if you have cleared out a Gate City. And just go through here, and there it is. We're gonna just enter, and the Sablenite is right here, and the Gyaradosite is right here. And if you were trying to get this during the events of the Glass Workstation, you do have to solve some complicated glass moving puzzle with Glaceon and Espeon, but since all the glass is cleared out, because I'm visiting this much later, I don't have to do that. So yeah, there's those two Megastones. Next up is the Gardevoirite and the Banettite, and I'm going to get those together because they're both part of the same quest. So after finishing the events of the Battle of a Gate, we can just fly to a Gate City and walk into this house. And then just some frustrations, and yes, we do care. And you need a password. And how do you get said password? Well, we got a Meteor ID card from the events of the Glass Workstation. Maybe we can put that to use somehow. So next, what we would need to do is fly to North Obsidian Ward, and then we can go back into this not really Devoncourt building. And we can scan this Meteor card, and that gives us access to this basement area. And right here, we have the Magic Square puzzle, And there are two versions of this puzzle. I go into more specifics in another video. I should be adding a card here if I remember. And I'm just going to solve this really quickly. And, oops, sorry. Left, down, then left, up, right, then replace the 1, right, up, left. Then alright, it looks like the left side is solved now. Now we just gotta solve the right side. So, 1 to the right, column 3 up, row 1 left, column 3 up, and left, down, right, and then finally up. Alright. And then, as a reward for completing this puzzle, the Garchompite is one of them. So, that's the Garchompite. And to get the Banettite, we have to take this password, and those are the numbers that are lighter colored in order. So, 1, 3, 9, 7, 4, 9. So, remember that number. We can return to a Gate City. And then give her that password. So 1, 3, 9, 7, 4, 9. And voila, it works, and that opens a hidden room. Yep. Oh yeah, I guess this is one of the department store sticker quests. And here is the Banettite. And the Pincerite is also right here in a Gate City. You just need to surf up here, go around, and then dive. Basically go over the city through Waterfall, and then go under the city through Dive. And after coming full circle, go up this waterfall, and then boom, there's the Pincerite. And next up is the Glalitite, Scissorite, and Blastoisinite. And all three of these Megastones require completing the Pokédex to a certain extent. And I have not done that, so I'm just going to explain what you'd have to do. So, these stones are also located here in a Gate City, and once you fly there, all you need to do is you would have to walk into B's house, and this is B. And, yeah, she's trying to collect all the data, and gives a reward for every 100 Pokemon you catch. So, if you catch 100 Pokemon, then the prize is Glalitite, and when you catch 400, the prize is a Scissorite, and when you catch 700, it's a Blastoisinite. And that is how you would get those 3 Megastones. Next up is the Septilite, and this quest also starts in a Gate City, and you have to go through a few events in order to be able to get to the Megastone. So first, after arriving at Gate City, you want to walk into this house, and there's this hiker who's been asleep for a while, and he's going to travel to Route 4. So let's follow him. To get to where he is, we can rock climb up here, and then just follow this path to get there. So go through here. Around here, then here, and then climb up here, and we're starting to make our way back to the Kangaskhanite entrance to this route. but not all the way. Once we get here, there's that Hager. So battle him, and I'm gonna skip that, of course. And then he's gonna let his Pokemon out. Oh, I forgot to mention that you need a black belt or an expert belt in order to complete this quest. So talk to him again, you get 5 Pokesnacks, and if you talk to him again, he'll mention that his throw needs a belt. But I have a black belt with me, so I'll hand it over, and then Throw gets all excited, woohoo! And then, the sequence of events, we need to first feed these Altaria, and then feed Golem. And then everyone gets really excited, and weird things just happened. And he's gonna pack up and leave, but this opened up this rock climb path right here that now we can go down, and then there's the Septolite. Next up is the Charizardite X, and once again we're starting in the Gate City after the events of the Battle of the Gate. And what you would need to do is walk into this building right here. And then here you can talk to this person, and they're talking about some strange room downstairs. And it's spooky, that's interesting, right? Alright, so let's take the elevator down, let's go check it out. And then, just a silent room. Isn't it creepy? I don't think so, but anyway, they're gonna head back, whatever. There doesn't seem to be anything to do in this room, but if you look closely, there is a pattern that you have to keep in mind. And I'd recommend taking a picture of this room, because you have to use this pattern for in another place. Alright. So then, after we're done with that, we committed that to memory or the power of technology via our phones or cameras. Now we fly back to Kangaskhanite City and enter the gym. Basically, there is a hidden room in the gym that is unlocked when this is set to the correct pattern. If you notice here, when we walk on these lighter colored tiles, that colors them in. And we want to set these tiles to the pattern in that creepy room that we saw. So just go do that real quick. And it's like that. And then we step on here. And then step here. Be careful, because if you mess up, if you mess up, you can just leave and come back. Step here, and I think this is the pattern, and now this room is unlocked. Fun fact, if you unlock this while Charlotte is still here before your fight with her, it will unlock, and that triggers some interesting dialogue. So then there's this hidden backside of the gym, and there's this hidden building right here, and there is the Charizardite X. And that's all for the Mega Stones that are accessible before the Hardy fight, that is the 17th badge. And the next Mega Stone after that is accessible during the Battle of Labradora. So after you defeat the Pulse Clawitzer, then you'll be able to access that. And you can fly to Labradora and return to the building where that Pulse Clawitzer was held. And on your way down, you would notice that there's this code 2368. So just remember that password. And then if we go to the building on the lower right corner of the city, and then input this 2368, then that opens this safe, and then there's where we obtain the Swampert. And next up is the Alakazite, and this is available after the events of the Battle of Labrador. We can return to this building, which is where you might have seen Dr. Connell hang out here, and then as you approach, he runs away. And if you notice, there's something shiny on the ground here. So we can go pick that up, and there's the orphanage key. So then, we can use this to, if we return to Lapis Ward, finally, we can re-enter this orphanage where the last time we were here was the breakout. And if we climb all the way to the top, where Heather was being shocked earlier, finally, we can access the Alakazite. And next up is the Charizardite Y, and that is located in the Labrador Calcinon Control Center. So you would need to go to Labrador City for this, and then so we're now in the control center, and if you haven't unlocked the door to the Calcinon side yet, the steps that you would need to follow are go down here, plug a data chip into this machine to turn on the power or something, and then that would make it so when you go up here, this computer is on. And by the way, I have already done this, that's why nothing's showing up. This computer will be on, and then when you click there, then that opens up the gate to the Calcinon side of the control center. So now to walk over to the Calcinon side, you would go down here, and right here is the gate that switch opened. So now we're on the Calcinon side. We can't access the Route 3 because there's all this rubble in the way. But then we can go up this ladder, and right here, around here is where the Charizardite Y would be. And also as a shortcut to Calcinon City, we can click this computer to open this gate that would be blocking us off here, and then right here is Calcinon City. But yeah, that is how to get the Charizardite Y. And that concludes all of the Mega Stones that you can get prior to the last badge. The next two stones I'm going to get are the Tyranitarite and the Gengarite, both of which are in roughly the first half of Victory Road. So we can fly to the Victory Road entrance, and then first I'm going to get the Tyranitarite, and you can find that in the first big train puzzle room. So I'm going to take a few shortcuts that I've set up just from previously going through Victory Road, and this is the room that the Tyranitarite is in. So you don't have to redo the puzzle for this if you've done it once already. All you really need to do then is you can just push this boulder down, and then go around, rock climb up here, and there is the Tyranitarite. And the Gengarite is a little bit farther in. We can just go through this room by pressing this switch and then getting through. I'm just going to keep progressing sort of as normal. Just going to go around and just make it through this room. I want to be careful here because I have soft locked myself here in a few times. There we go. And then just rock climb on through. And the Gengarite is located in the last gem logic puzzle room. So the fastest way there, if you've already completed Victory Road, is to just rock climb here, and then rock climb here. And then we can enter this cave, and this is where the Gengarite's at. And to get there, you need to go around a little bit, because here you can climb on top of these machines. And then you can rock climb up here. And there is the Gengarite. Okay, and next I am going to get the Sablenite, the Medichamite, and the Lucarionite. And all of these Megastones are roughly in the second half of Victory Road. So I'm going to fly to the other side just to make things a little easier. And first I'm going to get the Sablenite that is in the Amethyst branch. So to get to the crystal branches, we'll just walk a little bit so then we can access that teleporter pad that gives us a shortcut to those branches. And then right here, and then let's start going down the Amethyst path. And to do that, we can go through here. If these gates are open, then this would be an option for getting them. Then we go here. We start going this path. And then, once we get here, instead of continuing, we would take this rock climb spot up, go through, go up, and there's the Sablenite. And then, next I'm going to get the Medichamite, and that is located outside on the Charis path. And that is near the bridge where, if you're on Zekrom route where Solaris died, or if you're on Reshiram route where Taka's Chada saved us. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit just to return to where we were near the end of Victory Road. So I'll go up here and then take this teleporter pad. And then the bridge is right outside this cave. So we go outside and then go across the bridge. And once we go across, we can go down and then go down into the right, taking this rock climb path. And then there is the Medichamite. And the Lucarionite is in a sort of hidden room, and it's closer to the end of Victory Road, so let's go back into the cave we just came out of. And we keep going up, and to get to that room, we just have to go around here. And then keep going. There's the rock climbing place, and there's the room. And the Lucarionite is right across the lava here. And to get there, we have to solve a crystal puzzle. So the first thing we probably want to do is activate the crystal in the tile right above me, right here. And to get there, I just have to go through an ice puzzle that goes around the lava. And then, once we do that, we can activate that crystal key. And then we go up and around and activate this ruby key right here. Once we do that, this rock climb spot opens. We can go around here and push this strength boulder one tile down. Then go back and activate this crystal. Again, that opens up this rock climb spot, and previously this was blocked off by the strength boulder, but because we moved that, now we can go through here. And it also opens this rock climb spot. So then we can just follow the ice and activate this crystal key. And finally, a bridge opened up over the lava, giving us access to Lucarionite. And here we have it. Now we have the Lucarionite. And that concludes all the Megastones that are available in the main story. The next Megastones I'm going to get are the Latiasite and the Latiosite. And both of those are available during the Ho-Oh and Lugia quest. And I am completing it from the perspective of someone who has finished that quest. So to do that, you want to fly to the scrapyard, and ideally by this point you should have access to the Mirage Tower. And when you have that access, you can there's a teleporter in here that teleports you to the first floor. So first you want to just climb up to the top. So just go through these weird distorted floors. And here we reach the top, and now we go down, and then we enter, this is the room where you would get Honedge. And remember, during the whole Lugia quest, there's the New World portal opens up here, and this is something similar to the Mirage Tower, but in another world. And these puzzles would all be solved during the whole Lugia quest, except when you reach this room, the puzzles become optional, because the whole fight is just up ahead here. But if we were to complete this puzzle, so down 4 and then up 2, then that opens up a New World portal here, and this is where we would access the Latiasite and the Latiosite. So upon completion of this puzzle, those would appear. And because of the difficulty of this puzzle, I am consulting a post-game guide to get through this. So you, on the right side, you go down 3, then you go right 1. Then left side you go down 1 and right 1. On the right side you go up 2 and right 2. On the left side you go up 2. Then on the right side you go down 1. On the left side you go left 5. On the right side you go up 4. On the right side you go right 3. On the left side you go left 1, then up 1, then right 1. On the right side you go down 2. On the right side you go left 1. And then on the left side you go down 1. And now we push these tiles simultaneously in the glowing light, and now we have the Latiasite and the Latiosite. And next up is the Diansite, and that is accessible after you finish the Xerneas and Yveltal quest. Once you do that, you can apply the Barrel Ward, and the Diansite can be found at the top of Rhodocrine Tree. So you enter the jungle, and then go through this portal. The New World portal allows you to climb to the top of the tree, and then to get to the Diansite, you just go up here, and then go behind this waterfall. And then there it is. And next up is the Mewtwonite X and Mewtwonite Y. Both of these are only accessible after you complete the events of the Xerneas and Yveltal quest. This is on the second to last tier. And as you would know if you completed this, the last part of the quest involved rescuing Eclipse. So now if you return to Kangaskhanite City, where her house is, she's here, woohoo! And then we can watch this scene of just, going over what happened. And then Aster, good timing, stops by. And they have an awkward exchange. But it's a great scene nonetheless. Alright, and then we all have a nice dinner together. And afterwards, just out of pretty much pure coincidence, you get these 2 Megastones. Yeah. Yeah, and with that, I believe that is all the Megastones in the game. I hope this guide was helpful. And thank you so much for watching.